I'm Liseth Rivero-Sánchez. I'm endoscopist from Gastroenterology Department of Hospital Clinic of Barcelona in Spain. On behalf of my co-workers, I'm happy to introduce you to our paper, The Diagnose and Live-In Strategy for Diminutive Rectosigmoid Polyps in Lynch Syndrome, a post-hoc analysis from a randomized controlled trial, recently published in Endoscopy. The majority of colorectal polyps are diminutive, in which the probability of harbor high-grade dysplasia or cancer is extremely rare. The diagnose and live-in policy has been established to reduce risk and cost related to unnecessary polypectomies. This policy involves that a diminutive rectosigmoid polyp that is considered non-neoplastic by optical diagnosis could be left in situ. But before to adopt this policy in clinical practice, a negative predictive value for neoplasia of at least 90% is required. The Lynch syndrome is the most common cause of inherited colorectal cancer and is due to germline mutations in DNA mismatch repair genes. And in these individuals, due to an accelerated carcinogenesis, the general recommendation is to remove all colorectal lesions irrespective of size, location, and appearance. The aim of our study was to evaluate the feasibility and safety of diagnose a live-in strategy in Lynch syndrome individuals by calculating the negative predictive value for neoplasia of high confidence optical diagnosis with the histology as reference standard. We performed a post-hoc analysis of a multicenter randomized controlled trial, the Endo-Lynch study, conducted by 24 endoscopists at 14 academic centers, in which 256 confirmed Lynch syndrome individuals underwent surveillance colonoscopy. Before polypectomy of all detected lesions, real-time optical diagnosis and the level of confidence were provided by all endoscopists using virtual chromendoscopy or combined with dye-based chromendoscopy. We found 128 diminutive rectosigmoid lesions, in which 23% were neoplastic, 26 adenomas, 3 sessile serrated lesions, and 1 traditional serrated adenoma. The optical diagnosis was provided with high level of confidence in 81% of these polyps. The high confidence optical diagnosis accuracy was 89%, and the negative predictive value for neoplasia was 96%, thus exceeding the benchmark of 90%. By following the diagnose and live-in policy, we would have avoided almost 60% of unnecessary polypectomies. Only 2 diminutive low-grade dysplasia adenomas and 1 diminutive sessile serrated lesions were wrongly classified as non-neoplastic that would have been left in situ. So in conclusion, in Lynch syndrome patients, the diagnose and live-in strategy for diminutive rectosigmoid lesions would be feasible and safe when performed with high confidence by dedicated endoscopists. I would like to thank to all GI endoscopists of the Endocar group of the Gastroenterology Spanish Association and the Spanish Society of Digestive Endoscopy that made the study possible. Thank you very much.